Hi, the research question I'm going to talk about is the effects of bilingualism on long-leg VOTs produced by 4 to 5 years old Mandarin-English bilingual children. The contents of this presentation can be divided into 4 parts. First, introduction. Second, literature review. Third, research design and methods. Fourth, bibliography. You may want to ask what the research will be about. Well, there are mainly 2 research aims and questions. First, does bilingualism affect long-leg VOTs of stops produced by 4 to 5-year-old Mandarin-English bilingual children? And second, if so, what are the relations between the amount of bilingual experience and the VOT patterns? What drove me to do research about this question is that previous studies have shown bilingual children with less experience in English and bilingual children with more experience in English show different patterns of VOT. Most importantly, previous studies have involved 3 to 4-year-old and 5 to 6-year-old Mandarin-English bilingual children as their participants. However, there's no study doing research about 4 to 5-year-old Mandarin-English bilingual children on their long-leg VOTs between the 2 languages. Therefore, this research will take 4 to 5-year-old Mandarin-English bilingual children as its participants. Lisker and Abramson proposed that, according to the number of stop categories, languages generally fall into 3 groups, which are 2-category languages, such as American English and Cantonese, 3-category languages, such as Korean and Thai, and 4-category languages, such as Hindi and Marathi. Therefore, as we can see, both Mandarin and English are 2-category languages. More specifically, English stops can be categorized according to their voicing features, including voiceless and voiced stops. Mandarin stops are all voiceless stops, and as a matter of fact, they can be categorized according to their aspiration features, including aspirated and unaspirated stops. Then let's take a look at VOT. VOT is the abbreviation of voice onset time. It is measured from the release burst of the stop to the onset of voicing. Lisker and Abramson used to say that VOT is a sufficient acoustic differentiator of stop categories among many languages. As a matter of fact, in the past few decades, VOT has been used as an important measure to do research on stop categories. This table is from Chao and Chen's study. It shows that Chinese speakers generally produce longer VOTs than English speakers do, especially for voiceless aspirated stops. Just now, we mentioned that both English and Chinese are 2-category languages. So what about VOT? Actually, there are many ways to categorize it, but here we will focus on Lisker and Abramson's categorization. According to their study, VOT can be categorized into 3-way categories. When VOT is lower than 75 milliseconds, it is voicing lead VOTs. When the figure is between 0 and 25 milliseconds, then it is short leg VOTs. When the number is higher than 60 milliseconds, then it's long leg VOTs. Generally speaking, Mandarin and English both fall into 2 categories, short leg VOTs and long leg VOTs. If we combine the categories of languages and VOTs together, we can get this table. As we can see that unaspirated Mandarin stops and voiced English stops both have short leg VOTs. On the other hand, aspirated Mandarin stops and voiceless English stops both have long leg VOTs. These two tables show mean VOTs for Mandarin stops and English stops. From them, we can draw a conclusion that Mandarin aspirated stops have longer long leg VOTs than English voiceless stops along the VOT continuum. However, Mandarin unaspirated stops and English voiced stops occupy the same range along the VOT continuum. As we can see, the VOT difference between Mandarin and English is mainly reflected in long leg VOTs in adult speakers. Therefore, the present study mainly focuses on long leg VOTs of Mandarin aspirated stops and English voiceless stops. Previous studies have done research on Mandarin-English bilingual children's long leg VOTs. Yang and Xu did research on 3 to 4-year-old Mandarin-English bilingual children, and it showed that their long leg VOTs between the two languages almost overlapped. More specifically, for less experienced bilingual children, their English and Mandarin long leg VOTs were both longer than those of monolingual children. Most importantly, their English long leg VOTs showed assimilation towards Mandarin long leg VOTs. On the other hand, for bi-high children, their English long leg VOTs were similar to those of monolingual children. However, their Mandarin long leg VOTs showed approximation towards their English long leg VOTs. In 2021, Yang did research on 5 to 6-year-old Mandarin-English bilingual children, and it showed that their long leg VOTs at this age were almost adult-like, which means that their English long leg VOTs were significantly shorter than Mandarin long leg VOTs. However, no study has been done on 4 to 5-year-old Mandarin-English long leg bilingual children's long leg VOTs. Therefore, the present study aims to fill the age gap in answering this question, and thus help to observe the development of the VOTs when bilingual children age. There are 90 participants in this research, including 30 Mandarin-English bilingual children at 4 to 5 years old, 32 corresponding monolingual children, and 28 monolingual adults at 20 to 45 years old. We will use phonetic or phonological methods such as waveform, spectrogram, and VOT. Here is an example of a test word, 不可, shown in the acoustic waveform and spectrogram. There are mainly 3 procedures. First, preparing materials. We will prepare 9 Mandarin disyllabic words and 9 English monosyllabic or disyllabic words. Second, recording. All speakers will be recorded in a quiet room. Each monolingual speaker will be given 1 list of words in their native language, and each bilingual children will be given 2 lists of words in Mandarin and in English. The equipment used in this step include MATLAB program and laptop. Third, collecting data. We will collect VOT means and ranges in both Mandarin and in English. After collecting the statistics about VOT means and ranges in both Mandarin and English, we will use quantitative methods to analyze those data. For example, we can directly compare VOT means and ranges in English and in Mandarin. And also, we can compare distribution of the overall VOT data in Mandarin and English for each group of speakers. What's more, we can make box plots with the data to show the VOTs of the Mandarin unaspirated stops and English voiced stops in each group of speakers. With the VOT means and ranges, we can get the histograms with kernel density estimation to show the distribution of long leg VOTs between the two languages. And also, we can get the means and the standard errors of long leg VOTs collapsed across place and vowel between the two languages. In the introduction part, I have introduced the results of previous studies on 3 to 4-year-old and 5 to 6-year-old Mandarin-English bilingual children's long leg VOTs. Therefore, my expectation of the outcome of this research is that they will show less overlap. More specifically, for inexperienced bilingual children, their English and Mandarin long leg VOTs will be still longer than those of monolingual children, but in a less degree. For more experienced bilingual children, their English long leg VOTs will be more close to adult-like level, but their Mandarin long leg VOTs will be a bit shorter than those of monolingual children. If the Mandarin and English long leg VOTs produced by bilingual children are not in the middle of the complete overlap and the complete separateness, as I expected, it means that the results of Young's study, either in 2019 or in 2021, were not accurate. The inaccuracy might resulted from the small sample size in their research. But the present study also has its own limitations, because doing a research on 19 participants requires a lot of money, time, and researchers, which is difficult to realize. Thank you for taking time to listen.